Okay, so there we go. So if you didn't hear me, drop in the chat what you're grateful for. Here we are. Yesterday was oh, my husband is weed eating outside my office door. It is it is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Yesterday was payday. It is the first of the month. What are you grateful for? Are you grateful for your 3 steps? Are you grateful for your business? Are you grateful for both? I have a lot to be grateful for, honestly. 1, this business, 2, this product, and 3, I'm just going to say it, my son's a badass. So we're going to kind of just kick it off that way. Something that I was kind of thinking about and digging in is digging in. Like, are you willing to dig in to your business? Sometimes I think we get in this habit of, we think we're doing the daily do, but we're really just kind of doing actions without true activity. And maybe you're sort of reaching out and you're like, yeah, I did my reach outs today. But if you were to really look back and self-assess, could you really honestly tell yourself in the mirror, did you put in the true effort? And that is something. So with my son, most of y'all know he crashed really bad last year, surgeries, all the things, and in a wheelchair all summer. We didn't even know if he was going to walk right again, much less get back on a dirt bike. And even in the hospital, I'm like, listen, like, we're not talking about dirt bikes. Like, I don't care what you do. We're just focused on the now. He's like, Mom, he's like, pros don't quit. Pros don't give up. If I want to go pro, I can't just give up when something bad happens. And I was like, dude, like my at that time 15-year-old, who literally one of his legs was like crooked, like this is his thoughts, so he had to put in the efforts to get back to that. And then just kicked butt this weekend. Like, it was amazing to watch. I was all kinds of crying. Won regional championship, going to the biggest nationals. He's been trying for this nationals for 10 years, and something's just always happened. And so he finally made it, and we're all celebrating. We're like, woo. But something talking about that, and I feel like there's so many lessons I'm learning from my kid, just the not giving up, but also when he hates like the workout part of it. He hates, like, he loves to go get on a dirt bike and just ride, and he loves to train and he loves to work on technicals. But when it comes to the physical workout, getting on the Peloton, riding the road bike, putting in actual workout, he hates it. And he knows he needs the fitness side to do this. But there was a time where he was like, what did he say? Oh, he would say, yeah, I rode the Peloton. And we would look at you could track and see how long or whatever. We're like, did you really though? And he would ride for like 20 minutes instead of 30 minutes. And he'd be like, yeah, I did it. And we're like, dude, you're only cheating yourself. Like, when you don't do the full workout, you're only cheating yourself. And so, because it's not doing anything to us, like, it's only cheating him. It's only hurting him. It's only doing him a disservice. And that was early on. But I think about that in our business, right? Like, if you're telling yourself, yeah, I did my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I did my reach outs. Yeah. And if you didn't fully 100% do them, you're only hurting yourself. You're only giving yourself a disservice, and you're only cheating your future business. And so I just think that that's huge. And Sheila has upped her game, gone back to the beginning in her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'll kind of let her just share on that. Sheila, first, will you introduce yourself and tell us just a little background, and then we'll go right into that.
Sure. Well, I'm very excited to be on today after a not so great pedicure. Anyway, it's been one of those mornings where I'm like, why did I go do that? I'll just have to fix it. But anyway, A little background on me. I am SheilaFausone. I actually live in Ramsey, Minnesota, and trying to go part-time in Naples, Florida as well. Except summer's too hot. But I've been thriving now for 8.5 years. I simply started because Maria thought it would help me with my head discomfort. And so I ordered as a customer. I split that first month with my husband and thought, you know what, we'll see what it does for him. We'll see what it does for me. I was very skeptical, but I wanted to support her. And guys, I flat out told her from the beginning, I will try your product, but I am not promoting it. And I was very, very, very upfront about that. However, she knew me and she knew I had an entrepreneurial spirit. And if it worked for me and it worked for my husband, like, I was going to share it. But so after 10 days on the product, I had not had any head discomfort. I was loving that all day energy, laser focused, which is hard for me. I'm very squirrely. I like to have my hands and everything. And, nothing was getting done. I worked with emotional behavior disorder kiddos as a para Monday through Friday. I did jewelry parties with another company at night. My kids were 10 and 13 at the time, with the busiest sports schedules imaginable. And so adding something else to my daily activity was just not, to me, in the cards. So, but after those 10 days, and my husband, his elbow discomfort wasn't bothering him after 10 days. He wasn't dozing off on his way home from work. I know he was. That's part of working at 5 a.m. and coming home in the afternoon. And he also was able to fall asleep at night. And so those are huge things for me. And I'm like, you know what, if this is doing this for us, how many people can we help? And that's literally where my head was at. It was a Sunday night. Maria reached out to me and she's like, girl, are you ready to join me in this business? And I told her maybe on Tuesday. Guys, there was nothing going on. There was no reason why. I was putting her off. That's exactly what I was doing. Why? Because I was used to being in what I call party plan industry. I would bring my jewelry or whatever I was selling at the time to a party. People are there to shop. When you're done, you pack up, you go home, right? So reaching outside, reaching to my warm market and telling them about how amazing I was feeling was scary. So I was legit putting her off. I was the college girl that would not call on her phone bill because I was too scared. Like, I was not a naturally outgoing person. However, as I've been in this industry, the more and more, I became more outgoing. I became more willing to share. So when I started, and this is kind of what I was talking to Amber about earlier this week, I wrote everything down on a piece of paper. I wrote down who I was reaching out to. I wrote next to their name what follow-up I did, whether I shared the Lavelle fan page, whether I shared a story, whether I shared Paul's 24-hour recorded call, whether I reached out to see if they were interested in a trial pack. I wrote down every single time I reached out to them and the date of that, right? I was on a mission to help people feel better, but you have so many people in your network, it takes follow-up. What I quickly learned, I remember in those first 2 weeks when I was reaching out, is that telling Maria, like, I'm frustrated. Like, people I thought who were going to join me didn't. And I really thought they would be on board just simply by me sharing with it. But what I found out is the more I shared with them, people need to be in the know. People need to know more about the product. You don't just typically make a purchasing decision from seeing it one time, right? And people say, oh, you were in at the beginning, whatever. I have to disagree with it being easier back then. Nobody knew what Thrive was. They thought it was like this voodoo crazy stuff. And there just wasn't necessarily the backing, the comfort with it as there is now, because so many people have heard about it, even if they haven't, they aren't thriving. So, but this was, back then it was the 3 threes of Lavelle. Now it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What it was for me back then was 20 to 40 reaches every single day. Like, I was reaching out to not just 5 4, 3, 2, 1, 5 people, 4 follow-ups. I was legit doing 20 to 40 reach outs a day. I knew everyone on my Facebook page. I had maybe 2 people thriving on my Facebook page. All those people were potential thrivers. I knew the people at my work were not thriving. I knew the people that I was meeting out and about weren't thriving. And if they were, great, it was someone that you got to see and share in that excitement with. But if people were going to find out about Thrive, I wanted it to be from me and not someone else. And I always felt like if I go to my mailbox and my neighbor has a DFT on and I did not share Thrive with them, that's on me. That's my fault. Great, they're thriving, but am I doing the do? And, back then, so busy, you had to hold yourself accountable. So for me, it was reaching out to 20 people a day. If I didn't have those reaches done by, 11, when I was going to bed, I was staying up, Scott was going to bed, and I was reaching out to those people. Well, somewhere along the way, I've done 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in the past, but along the way, I just got away from writing everything down. And, I send out a weekly email to all my people that are in my funnel. I was reaching out to people, but I just didn't have that accountability of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, where I was legit writing everything down. And so I was talking to a little mastermind group I'm in, and they were talking about how they do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they add all these things in as well. And I'm like, that's amazing. I mean, these are leaders. These are people. These aren't just, someone new coming in. These are leaders, and they're still working like that, writing everything down. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to launch a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 promo for my team of 30 days of consecutive 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 every single day. And I don't launch anything that I don't do myself. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be writing stuff down every single day, my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What I have found was there's a reason why we do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and writing it down, because it gives you that, first of all, it gives me a sense of satisfaction every single day. I know I'm working my business. I'm writing those things down. I grabbed an accountability partner right away. Alma Hammer and I send our, when we're done with it, at whatever point in the day, we send an email to each other, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. I don't need to show her what I did. If I didn't do my work and I'm saying I completed it, that's on me. Like, I mean, what's the point, right? So we send that, we've got that completed. Now I have a couple more accountability partners, Christina Sholin, Molly Haskins, where we send that to each other every single day saying it's done. It's like being on a weight loss program, right? Like if you have that accountability partner, it makes it so much easier to have success. And writing down what you're putting in your mouth makes it easier to have success because you know what you need to work on. And so as I've been doing this, what I have found is what a great resource. So if you're doing 5 new reaches a day, now you got 4 follow-ups. To be able to go back to what I did 30 days ago and know exactly who I reached out to. I mean, I put full names down, exactly if they're thriving or they're not thriving, and knowing what my next follow-up is, it's made it super, super easy. And as this has been progressing, what's fun about it is that I have, as okay, someone's going to order on Friday, that gets added to your Friday to-do list on Friday. Someone is starting their Thrive experience on Thursday. I know I need to reach out to those people on Wednesday night and Thursday morning to make sure that they know how to take their product and to make sure that they know or that they're having success and they took it properly, right? It really just gives you that guide. So 5 reach outs a day. When you're reaching out to new people every single day, guess what? Your doors are open. You are reaching out. You are exposing people to the Thrive experience. You aren't overthinking things. You're just doing it because the more and more you do it, you know what to say. It's those first few times as you start reaching out again, it's like, I don't even know like what to say. Yeah, you do. Hey, I mean, as well as I do, what the product, like I know what the product's done for me. You know what the product's done for you. You know that people starting the Thrive experience are going to have a change in how they feel. They're going to have a change in their lives, right? And so that's what needs to drive you every single day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, legit, like it. I mean, I got a calendar full of my daily progress. That gives you a guide, a tool, a reference. You know you're doing, you know what you're accomplishing every single day. Think about that. That's 9 people every single day you're reaching out to. If you want quicker progress, you double that. I mean, but 9 legit people, that's a lot. That's really being focused on your business and growing your organization. But it just brings that new accountability. So accountability partners, super huge, because there are days that maybe, I mean, Alma and I have reached back out to each other and we're like, today was tough. Like it was hard to do the things today. Like life happened that day. Life does happen every single day, but sometimes it's a little harder. But making the time for it and knowing that is going to be a part of your daily task is truly what grows your organization. I can't tell you how much easier it has been going into this game time this month with the veteran promo and the rookie promo and all the things, because I already had a lot of things in the works. And I do feel like I always work my business every single day, but this has really, really, really made me accountable and has led to great traction with my new people. So, I like to, there was a few things I wanted to make sure I talked about, that I want to make sure that I include the Thrive. So when you are thinking about your business and you're thinking about like, how has this product changed my life, right? You know, it's changed your life. You know that it changed your life because you take your capsules first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. You drink that lifestyle mix 20 to 40 minutes later. You put on that DFT all on an empty stomach, right? You drink water to keep yourself hydrated, because we know those products aren't going to absorb if you are not hydrated. I quickly learned that on day 3 of my Thrive experience, but only because I was connected with Maria and she told me the reason why you're getting a headache today is because you're not hydrated. You are dehydrated. When you are drinking Diet Coke and no water, you need that water, and stop drinking that Diet Coke. So, but that was because we're connected. So think about right now, like how, yes, exactly, how much it means to you to go and check out at the grocery store. You're checking out, the person says hi to you, how are you today? They're friendly. What kind of feeling you have when you leave that grocery store. Now, if you check out at the grocery store and that person is complaining, or they don't even say hi to you, they're, whatever, you leave there and you're like, God, they must hate their job. I mean, like, why wouldn't you be friendly if that's what your job is that point of contact with those customers? Well, it's really no different when you think about getting new people thriving, new people in your funnel. If they don't reach out to you and plug in, and you don't know what you don't know, right? So people starting the Thrive experience, if you're not reaching out to them and you don't know they're not drinking 1 ounce of water every single day, so they feel like garbage, you're going to lose that thriver. If you don't know that they're not eating anything because they're not hungry, well, no wonder why they're feeling lethargic in the afternoon. They have no fuel for their body, right? If you don't know that they are eating a full breakfast and then deciding to take their Thrive and they're not feeling anything, you can't correct what you don't know. So that follow-up with not only those people that are potential thrivers, but your current thrivers is so crucial to the growth of your organization, right? And getting them connected with that upline leadership. That's your number 1, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is getting them in that chat with your leadership, so that they can hear not only how to take the product, but also that they have options as a customer and a promoter. I have a new promoter right now that is working her business, and I told her, do not do all this on your own. You need to connect these people to you or to me, because I will share what the product's going to, do for them. I will share that they have options as a customer and a promoter, and I will plant those seeds for you. What happens from doing that is she's learning. She's learning how to say things to people, how to eventually do those three-way chats and three-way calls for her people, and to build that confidence in the new promoter that she can do all the things. So if you've ever heard me talk over the past 8.5 years, you know, for me, the fortune is in the follow-up, and it's for everybody. But that is why my business grew. Not, if you look at my front line, one person reached out to me. The rest were from me constantly reaching out and following up. And I'm not talking twice and they ignored me and I went away. No, I'm talking sales statistics. Here you go. If you've heard me before, you've probably heard this, but I'm telling you, it's the best reminder of why you do your follow-up and why you never feel like you are a burden to someone else because you're following up with them, is that 48% of people never follow up with a prospect. 48% of people never follow up. But guess what? Only 10% of sales people make more than 3 contacts. That would mean that on this Zoom, in your business, only 10% of people are going to have success, because we know it takes more than 3 contacts typically to get someone thriving. So are you doing the do to get the get? That's really the question. 80% of sales are made between the 5th to 12th contact, you guys. This is why 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is so crucial, because you need to know who you followed up with. You need to know who you followed up with 3 times and who you followed up with 10. You need to know these things, because this is being in the know in your business. This is how you are going to go from no customers or promoters to 20, because you are going to know who you followed up with, who you need to follow up with, and you're not going to let those no's, the people ignoring you, the people poking fun at you, be an excuse for not building your business. Because I had all that. We all had, Amber's had all that. Every leader on here has had people ignore them, has been at a wedding. I can specifically remember this wedding and people being like, yeah, but you left one company, you left another. I'm like, you know what? I didn't leave because I was unsuccessful. I left when there was issues with my company, right? Like people not getting paid ever. Like new people I was bringing in were legit not getting paid. So I can't be in something wholeheartedly if that's the case, right? But I'm telling you, this was my vehicle. This is your vehicle to create that life that you want for your family, for your children. You have an ethical, leadership team. You have corporate, absolutely the best in the business, and a business being in business for over 10. I mean, we're going on 10 years, which means we're going to be around for 20 more, 30 more, So Amber, I have talked a lot, and I know I'm kind of trying to cover all the things, but I know you had some thoughts for me as well. And I know I still have thoughts that I'll go on, but I'm going to throw it back to you for a minute.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and then I'm like, Jason was way back on the other side and now he's back with the leaf blower. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm like, it was great until you said, hey, Amber. Yeah. So, and here's the thing. We're always going to get no's, but my favorite is when you get that no, but you still do you, and you still thrive out loud, and you still do your reach outs, and you still connect with people. And like 3 or 8 years later, that hateful person, because they're not always nice about it, comes around and is like, all right, so tell me about this Thrive stuff. Like that, that's always
Absolutely.
my favorite. That's my favorite. I mean, actually my favorite is people that say yes right away. But yes, my second favorite is that, yes, that no, not right now. Because here's what happens if you don't thrive out loud. If you change branding yourself a thriver because you let people get to you, well, when that person is ready to thrive, 2 years, 3 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years later, they're going to thrive with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
because
Absolutely.
you don't look like you're thriving, right? I've seen it happen time and time again. And then all of a sudden, the person that was their friend is posting, "Oh, I'm still thriving." I'm like, nobody knew. So yes, like still do that. But then and on that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I've heard a lot over the past couple years of, oh yeah, I do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't really work that well for me. I challenge you, if you feel this way, to really self-assess, to sit down, look at the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And like Sheila said, are you truly doing it? Or are you telling yourself you're doing it? I think this is reality. I've recently lost weight because I put in the work on the nutrition side, right? I finally realized I told myself I was eating healthy, but I really wasn't. And so when I started tracking everything, like life is about tracking. Like you got to track what you're doing, tracking your business, tracking what's going in your mouth, tracking like if you really want to see change, you need to track it, right? Write it down, put it in, use your phone, whatever. So when I started truly doing that, things started happening, things started changing. And so just yesterday in my memories was a picture, Jason and I going on a date night. We took a little selfie in the mirror and I was like, I have that romper. I wonder what that romper looks like now. And so I went and put it on and I did make that post yesterday, but I was just thinking about that, right? Like I thought, and I'm not saying I didn't look cute in the romper then, but I was basically lying to myself, telling myself, oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. I mean, your clothes fit, right? Like they fit. But looking at the before and the now, it was real fitted versus comfortable. Like now it's comfortable, but I had become comfortable. And so I had started just telling myself, it's fine, And so when I started tracking and I really wanted to make a change, that's when things started to happen. And I got out of my comfort zone. I stopped eating the extra little packet of whatever, and I started eating the carrots. Like now when I open my fridge, I have a bowl. It is the first thing I see because I know me. And I know that if I have to work too hard to find the healthy food, I'm not going to eat the healthy food. I'm going to eat what's convenient. So I have a bowl in my fridge, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, just a snack bowl. It is the first thing in my fridge when I open my fridge, right? So like you've got to know your habits, whether it's in business or whatever. Know your habits. Like what is easy for you? What will you tend to gravitate to? If they leave the freaking M&Ms out on the counter, I have no willpower when it comes to the dang M&Ms. So I put them back in the pantry and close the door, because if I don't see them, I won't eat them. But if I see them, I will eat them. So what's your go-to in your business? Like, are you writing it down? Is it where you can see it? Is it where you can access it? What was it, Sheila? Was it you and I talking yesterday? It was talking about when you were having issues getting into your cloud or getting something to work in your cloud. Talk about that, because that right there is that there's a decision that you made, and not everybody would have done that.
Yeah. Back to what you're saying though, if you have a goal, you need to write it down. You need to have a plan. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is truly your plan to grow your organization, right? I mean, it's easy to do. I'm telling you, it takes half hour, maybe 60 minutes if you're overthinking things. But it's also easy not to do, right? So when you have that daily goal, so I was my son also races, but he races side by side professionally. And we're out in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, and I don't have service, right? Like I can't navigate the internet. However, I still had my notebook with me. And in order to get that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I wanted to get into my cloud or on Facebook or Insta to do my reach outs of those 5 people. Well, I couldn't. And so I was telling Amber, so I had all my people that I've already reached out to right in front of me, and I put them in my phone with their name, their phone number, and, free Thrive customer or Thrive customer or free Thrive promoter, whatever they might be. And then if they're not ordering all 3 products, I will also document that in their contact information. I went through that, and that was so easy for me to do. Instead of doing 5 reach outs, I did 5 follow-ups, 4 follow-ups. I did 9 follow-ups because I didn't have what I couldn't access, right? But I still did my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just had to modify it slightly. I still wrote down all the people. I still held myself accountable. I could have said, I was at the racetrack, I didn't have any service. But who's that cheating? Like, that's cheating myself, and that's cheating my family, and that's me not having my doors open for business. Here's the thing, this is a free business opportunity. Like, you have the power to change your income simply by working this free business opportunity. And I truly was inspired by Susan Kaufman. Shout out. I saw her on her here earlier, and I'm sure she's still on page 4 probably now. But Susan told Mari she's given herself a raise last month. Guess what? She declared it and she did it. And it wasn't because she was sitting on her duff, not making posts, not reaching out to people, not following up. It was because she did all the things plus more to give herself a substantial raise for a month, because she made the decision to do it. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. If you can blame your upline, you can blame your downline, you can blame them all, but guess what? It's on you. Go to your bathroom mirror today and say, I am declaring my success with this business by doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 every single day, by doubling that because I want to grow faster. You declare it. The people don't. The people telling you no, it's not everybody doesn't want Thrive. That is not true. So quit telling yourself that. Everybody doesn't have enough information to start thriving today. So you feed them. That's your job, is to feed them information so they can make an educated decision on purchasing the Thrive experience and make that change in their life. And it may not be today. It may be tomorrow. It may be 8.5 years from now, dang it. But you don't give up on them. Like, don't give up on your people. One of the people, Amber, that, doing this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, last month I did a promo, 7 lives for 7 days. Actually, it was 2 months ago now. 7 lives for 7 days. Go on, interview someone live on your Facebook page once a day for 7 days. Well, guess what? If I'm going to challenge my team to do it, I'm going to do it too. So I did that. I got several responses. I got 2 people who ordered from this whole, what did I spend? 3.5 hours total for the week, half hour each day for 7 days. Was that right? No, well, whatever. Yeah, about 3.5 hours, 3.5 hours. For a week, I got 2 new customers. That one of those customers clicked the promoter button this past weekend. She's going to promote. Why? Because she's been told that there's an income opportunity available. She's been told she was getting her, working towards getting her product for free as a customer. But when you do things for your business grows, period. And all the work this past, and shout out to all my team, that has done 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all Amber's, anybody who's doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 daily, because I'm telling you, I am getting results from things that I did 30 days ago now. And that will continue to happen. The more you follow up, the more you do your reach outs, you will continue to have progress in your business. That's called creating momentum. If you had a storefront, would you not show up to work and just let people stand outside your door? Heck no. But you have a free business opportunity. You are not paying a dime to have your storefront open. It is only your time. You're not paying a dime for it. So why would you let this opportunity go to the wayside? Why would it not be a priority on your calendar every single day to simply do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? I'm not asking for miracles here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, we know if you want to be a top earner, your top leaders, they have heard no more than you. They have reached out to more people than you can ever imagine. They have been through the fire. but they have created fire along the way, because that momentum is just driving them more and more and more. The more people you get on that Thrive experience, I tell you, there's nothing more motivating to me and probably to you than when you get that text back after you ask them how their day 1, day 4, day 10 is going. And they're like, I cannot believe how amazing I feel. The people around me are noticing my smile. The people are noticing I'm not walking around with coffee. My friends are noticing that I am actually working out now. Like, those responses is what keeps you driven. So when you aren't, Paul said this all the time when he used to do calls 8.5 years ago, and still says it. But when you're struggling in your business, go get someone on the Thrive experience. And I don't care if it takes reaching out to 50 people, go get someone started on that Thrive experience. It will drive you to do bigger and better things within your organization and within your business, because you don't have anything to, if you feel you have nothing to share, you have no business. You all know you have something to share. You all know that there were people praying for this product last night. So why would you stop sharing it? People want to feel better. People have discomforts, aches, are exhausted, want to lose weight, want to, are not focused at all. They can't sleep at night. And we all know that when we give them this good nutrition and their gut health gets right, and now their brain fog is gone and they are focused at work, you can't help but share. People notice that stuff. So plant those seeds, do your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 every single day. Here's the thing, veterans, you have a cloud office. Absolutely. If you have been working your business over however many years, you have a cloud office full of contacts. They could be people that have never thrived with you before, but created that free account. Maybe you created that free account for them, but you also have people that have stopped thriving, people who are no longer promoting. But that doesn't mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I need Norwex. I have a Norwex lady, so you don't need to send me that. But if my Norwex lady sent me a message today, I'd be buying a crap ton from her, because it's just one of those things. Like, I know I need to do it. I just haven't got around to it. People know they want to start thriving again. Maybe they just haven't done it again, but you planting that seed and reaching out to them could be the answer to what they want. But so veterans, you have a cloud office full of stuff. If you are new around here, go on your Facebook page. If they are not thriving, they are a potential thriver. Period. End of story. We know 95% of the people will benefit from the Thrive experience. Those other 5% are rare, and maybe they just won't give it long enough, or maybe they have health conditions. I don't know. But 95% of the people are going to benefit from your product. Go through your phone, your contacts in your phone. I have contacts in my phone from a million years ago, but that doesn't mean they're thriving or they don't need my help, right? Use that as a way to generate leads. Your hairdresser, your masseuse, your esthetician, your eyelash lady, who in your network that you see on a regular basis is not thriving. Help them. You are in a business of helping people. So if you keep your mouth shut, your business is closed. If you open up your mouth and you post on social media, you are open. And I tell you, I have people come to me all the time and say, my business is growing. Can you give me advice on this? Can you give me advice on that? I go to their Facebook page and there isn't one thing about Thrive for a month. What? Like, you are closed. You should have something about thriving every single day. That's not throwing up on people, guys. If you owned a restaurant, would you advertise? If you owned a storefront, would you advertise? Heck yeah, you would, because you put all that money and you got to pay rent. You don't have to pay rent. You just need to open your mouth and share the Thrive experience with everybody. That's how businesses grow. So, I actually was looking this morning. I have someone who wants to order today that was from a follow-up that I did this morning. And I went on and just happened to check the leaderboard. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I was 14th on that leaderboard. And that is from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, my friends, on the veteran leaderboard. And now, like, I'm motivated to do all the things, but I want to get people thriving that want to be thriving with me. And the only way I'm going to do that is by doing that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use it as your guide to grow your organization, and take that 30 to 60 minutes to do it, and write the dang thing down. So you have that resource when you are stuck at a track, as Amber and I have been many times, without service. You can still have your doors open. You can still reach out to people and grow your organization. And you can have every excuse of why you're not. It can be, your kid's birthday party, but I tell you, you can set your alarm a half hour earlier and do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There is zero excuses except what you're telling yourself in your head that really are okay with not having your storefront open, which means 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, okay, I'll throw it back to you, Amber. I know I'm windy. I'm windy.
I love you so much, and congrats for being on the leaderboard. Oh, and yes, shout out to Susan Kaufman. I'm going to interview her next week. She just doesn't know it yet. I don't think she's checked her voice memos from me. So, all right. This right here, new mindset, new results. Guys, I did this in the middle of January, when I decided, not just with my health, but with my business, that I needed to change some things. I had gotten into, I didn't stop promoting. I didn't quit working, but I had gotten into like, yeah, I'm doing the things, I'm doing the things, I'm doing the things. And I wasn't 100% doing the things. I was checking some boxes, and so when you truly commit yourself, when you don't lie to yourself and you don't do yourself a disservice, when you truly commit, things happen. New mindset, new results. Guys, I want you all to think about that. New mindset, new results. When you shift your mindset, your results change.
Love you.
But yes, we don't want to keep y'all forever. We have a lot of fun around here, even when we mess up. Okay. So here's the deal. Oh, somebody said, hold that back up. Okay. Yeah. Take a picture. All right. So guys, I'm going to challenge you. Take whatever you got from this, go write it down, and go start fully doing the things. Because like Sheila said, and I wanted her to tell that story about being at the track, because I've done it. It's all happened. Like, if you can't, oh, I don't have service, I can't, I'll do it later today. I'll do it tomorrow. I do it in the morning, and then you don't. And then 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, so don't do that to yourself. Don't do yourself that disservice. Make it happen. Susan Kaufman is amazing at that. Actually, she's always the one, I always hear her. She always says, she's like, she wouldn't even let herself go on date night until she finished what she needed to do, whether it was her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or a calendar challenge or whatever she had herself doing. She was like, nope, I can't go on date night with my husband until I get this. And I need one more free account. And I was like, oh, I don't even know if I would have told my husband, sorry, I can't go for one more free account.
Yeah, I have to touch on that. That is a great strategy. I was in Florida, and I had my best friend was down there, Tammy, and the girls, and I was like, you know what? I gotta get this done before we go, because I knew I wasn't going to get it done later. We had dinner plan, whatever. And I apologized for it. And my best friend said, Sheila, don't you ever apologize for you working. The reason why we are here in this home in Florida is because of all the dedication and the hard work you've put in. And that's so true. So don't apologize for doing the dang thing.
You know what? That's really good. That's really good. And we'll kind of leave on that, because I have a funny story. Way back when, when we started this business, I was throwing up on Facebook, and I was throwing up Thrive on Facebook, but I look back and I'm like, that it didn't do me wrong. Like, it wasn't like I was throwing up Thrive on Facebook and people were curious, and the people that weren't curious kind of were just miserable in their own lives. And so that's on them. Right. And so there was one guy who was friends of ours, but he had made a post. Does anybody have people in their Facebook that just keep posting obnoxiously about the same thing over and over again? And I remember being like, was he talking about me? He's talking about me. And, I was kind of like, whatever. But I had a moment, and I kind of laughed, and I moved on, and I'm pretty sure he unfollowed me after that. But probably about a year later, he's very talented. Well, he became an artist in metal art. Okay. And he even like now he like commissions for hotels and other things and has things hanging in hotels and all the things, right? Do you know what he posts about all over his Facebook all the time? His art, his business, his art, his business. And I'm like, see, like, so when you have something that you're passionate about, you live it out loud, you post it out loud, but not everybody is going to understand that. And that's okay. It's totally okay. Like as a hairdresser, I posted about my business on my Facebook. Like it is okay to do that, but do it in your way, in your brand, in your life. Yes. Realtors do the same, Starlet. Exactly. Like they're always sharing about the newest house they got. They're always sharing about, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to help my client stage this morning. Like it is okay to live your business out loud. I know that there's, people that again are miserable in their life that need Thrive that are always going to have a comment, and that's okay. Like we had somebody make a comment on Carson's on the post I made about him, number one champion and all the things. And somebody had to make a comment and I didn't comment back. I took a moment and Jason was like, just don't even say anything. Like, don't even, so there's always going to be that. And so I say these things so that that when you get that negative comment, when you get that roll your eyes emoji person, whatever, that is not going to stop you. It's going to push you forward. You are going to continue your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to continue posting because the product works. That we get paid here for helping people. Like that's it. End of story. The reason we make commissions is because somebody is being helped, because somebody is waking up the next day going, man, I slept all night long. Man, my back isn't bothering me. Man, I am nicer to my kids. Like how many mamas have you heard that from? Like me, like, so just remember that you have a mission, and to do the mission, you have to do the do, and don't apologize. Sheila, if you got anything else, that's it. We're going to leave with that. What do you got? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, well, you can't hear me when I'm talking to myself. That happens at home too. But be in tune with what this product does for you and let that drive you, and let those stories that come back to you push you further. You have 100% control of giving yourself a pay raise this month. Are you willing to do the work to do it? So go make it happen.
That's it. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. See you, those of you leaders that are going to be in San Diego, see you there. Those of you, they're making announcements while we're there. So hopefully we know about the next getaway and all the things. All right, go do your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 if you haven't done it yet. Bye, y'all.